There are not many things I like more than introducing my friends to things I'm interested in. And if you read the title of this video, you can probably already guess what today's story is going to be about. A few weeks ago, I introduced one of my Discord staff members, Avon, to a game which is very special to me and anyone else who was lucky enough to experience it as a child, many of whom still choose to experience it today as an adult. If you're familiar with the character animation you're seeing on screen right now, then you already know I'm talking about old school Runescape, known back in the day as Runescape 2. I proposed a challenge to him, where he would try to beat all of the free-to-play quests in the game as fast as he can, with some help and some guidance from me. I viewed this not only as a great way to introduce him to the game, but also to see how good I would be at mapping out an efficient route for questing, should I ever decide to make an alt account and want to grind the quests as fast as possible myself. As I was mapping the route before our adventure begun, I was feeling pretty confident that we would have the whole list beaten in just a few hours, maybe 4 hours at the most. Hoo-hoo, what a fool I was. Even after going over all of the quests, preparing all the items needed, and mapping what I thought would be the fastest and most efficient way to complete all the quests, I would soon realize that the free-to-play quests are more demanding than I remembered. Despite how foolish my optimism was, I still do not regret the challenge, because it was a great learning experience, and overall, I think the three of us had fun. I say three because as we were about to start, another prominent Discord member, Matic, who had already started playing the game a few months prior, decided to tag along and help out whenever possible. With high morale and a mission to accomplish, the three of us set off on our adventure. Alright, I'm going to start the timer here. So, we will begin in 3, 2, 1, go! Alright, so the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to bank most of your stuff. As we began, I confidently gave Avon instructions on where to go and what to do. There are several quests that can be started in Lumbridge, some of which are short and easy. After he banked most of his items, I gave Avon everything he needed to complete Cook's Assistant and Sheep Shearer. While in the area, we also began Restless Ghost, X Marks the Spot, Rune Mysteries, and Prince Ali Rescue. In order to expedite our journey, I had bought many energy potions in bulk, which I had just learned earlier that day were actually non-members' items. Convenient for us. As we energetically ran around Lumbridge, starting every quest in the area, breezing through the first few quests, my misguided confidence that this challenge would be finished in no time was only further heightened as we saw the end of the first two quests. But then, we came across our first obstacle. After finishing our business in Lumbridge, we ventured our way into the swamp to finish Misthalin Mystery in its entirety. Of all the non-members quests on the list, this was the one I was least familiar with, but still, I felt I knew it enough to guide Avon through the journey. As Avon boarded the boat and headed towards the mansion, I pulled up a quest walkthrough just to be safe. Seeing as this quest involved no actual combat, I wrongfully assumed he would be in and out of the mansion in just a few short minutes. And for the majority of the quest, this certainly seemed to be the case. The puzzles were simple enough, and Avon was able to traverse through the mansion with my limited guidance, as I was unable to go to the mansion with him. But the trouble came at the very end, with the showdown with the killer. That infernal mirror proved to be a frustrating challenge for Avon. As he struggled with the mirror, I too began to remember the difficulty of facing the killer for the first time. Maddox says the most annoying part of the quest is the mirror showdown with the killer, which, I mean, I would agree. That's probably the most annoying part. It's
annoying because you've got to like push it 3 times to get it in the right place.
Though Avon was in no actual danger, the quest could not be completed until he had dealt with the killer. Precious minutes went by, and all I could do was wait while my pupil fought and struggled to find his legs in a world he had just been born into. As I waited there, in Lumbridge Swamp, watching Matic mine away at a nearby fallen star without a care in the world, I began to wonder. Was I too ambitious? Was I forcing Avon to fly too close to the sun? After all, this was his first experience with the game. Is this too much?
You fight, or do you use, or do you wield? Yeah, wield. Yeah.
After a long and well-fought battle with the mirror, Avon successfully defeated the killer and completed the Misthalin mystery quest. And from here, our luck seems to pick back up again. With a bag full of quest items and energy potions, Avon and I continued our journey to the next quest. Matic went elsewhere. I'll explain why later. Avon and I went to Father Ernie for the Ghost Speak amulet, then went to Lumbridge to continue Restless Ghost. Afterwards, we went to Wizard's Tower and Draenor Village, where we were able to continue Rune Mysteries, Prince Ali Rescue, and Restless Ghost, while completing Imp Catcher and X Marks the Spot, and starting Vampire Slayer. After teleporting home to Lumbridge to complete Restless Ghost and talk to Osmond for Prince Ali Rescue, we went back to Draenor once again to free Prince Ali and move on to Port Sarum, where we started Pirate's Treasure.
I'll bring you some rope.
When our business in Karamja was done, we headed to Rimington to quickly start and finish Witch's Potion, and then headed to Falador to complete Pirate's Treasure and Doric's Quest. Or so I thought. You see, it turns out I had forgotten a step in Pirate's Treasure. We had to go to Varrock to get the treasure map in order to finish the quest. We haven't gotten to that part yet, duh. Okay, so, yeah, you have to get the key. What am I thinking? We'll come back to that a little later. A minor oversight, but easily salvageable. While in Falador, we also started Knight's Sword and Black Knight's Fortress. Or at least I thought we were going to.
You need at least 12 quest points before you attempt this quest.
You need 12 quest... God, okay.
How many do I have? How do I check that?
Okay, no big deal. We'll come back to that one too.
I usually fit 28 things in my backpack, and in this world of quite literally limitless possibilities, a complete coincidence has occurred. Well, to pure coincidence, despite definitely not knowing what you're about to request, I just happened to have carried the exact item, in the exact quantities too.
On the way to Varrock, we also talked to Willow to start Below Ice Mountain, and... are you kidding me? You need 16 quest points for that one? Okay, fine. Let's just go to Varrock then. Luckily, I'd thought a little bit ahead in regards to getting to Varrock quickly, and had Avon buy a Chronicle in Draenor Village. After teleporting to Varrock, we took care of all available business there. Romeo and Juliet, Rune Mysteries, we got the map for Pirate's Treasure, and we got one of the most notorious quests out of the way, Shield of Arav. This is where Matic comes back in. I had already prepared an alternate account for Avon to finish Shield of Arav without needing to find another player. But it turns out, by a stroke of good luck, Matic hadn't finished Shield of Arav either. It was actually the only free quest she hadn't beaten besides Dragon Slayer. See, while Avon was working on Misthalin Mystery, Matic and I were stuck there in Lumbridge Swamp making small talk, during which point the topic of Shield of Arav came up. She then told me that she still needed to beat that quest, at which point I sent her immediately to Varrock to finish as much of the quest as she could, and I told her to join the Black Arm Gang so Avon could join the Phoenix Gang. When Avon and I reached Varrock, I provided her with the key she needed to go in and steal the Phoenix crossbows she required. With Avon and Matic working on the quest, Shield of Arav wasn't difficult at all. But then we decided, in a very bold move, that we would do Demon Slayer. Yeah, because here's the thing. The demon himself is actually not going to be that big of a threat to you. The wizards that'll also be there and will also attack you. Okay. Because the fight takes place in a single-way combat zone, if you're already under attack from a Dark Wizard, you'll need to kill or hide before you're able to deal with Delrith. Yeah, you see, that's the thing that worries me. Because the thing about your armor is it increases your physical defense, but it lowers your magic defense. So, magic attacks are going to hit you more often. And so with those wizards attacking you, if you're wearing armor, then their attacks are going to hit you more often, and the level 20 wizard can do a maximum of 6 damage to you, which is over half your health. You can probably tell I wanted to be extra careful and strategic, and rightfully so. At this point, Avon hadn't had any real combat experience in the game yet. I was able to provide him with some iron armor, some food, and some strength potions. but it remained to be seen whether that would be enough to tip the fight in his favor. When you fight Delrith himself, you want to put the armor on. It's a single-way combat zone, meaning you can only fight one thing at a time. So if you're fighting Delrith, the wizards can't attack you. So when you're coming in, armor off. Then as soon as you start fighting the demon, armor on. It says when you go in there, you want to approach from the southern side so that you can hide from the wizards behind the southernmost stone wall until Delrith is ready, or until he's nearby. Matic and I planned to keep the Dark Wizards busy while Avon ran into the circle to fight Delrith. It took a few tries, but Avon was able to attack the demon without attracting a Dark Wizard first. Which is level 30 armor. Ah, you got him! Nice.
I'm in combat.
Nice. Alright. Your attack level is still...
About to die. Eat. Go. Run.
Ah, you're out?
Yeah, well, I was about to...
Alright, we may need to increase your attack level a bit.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, with Avon's low combat level, he wasn't able to stand against the demon for long. It was clear what needed to be done. It was time to train Avon in the ways of combat. We ventured our way to Goblin Village on a mission of diplomacy. After finishing the Goblin Diplomacy quest, we immediately began what could only be described as a Goblin genocide. As we slaughtered this village of goblins, none of which had given us any good reason to attack them, for the sole purpose of increasing Avon's combat capabilities, I asked myself, why are we doing this? And the answer, of course, was that we are heroes. And this is what heroes do in this world. We kill things, just to get stronger, or to find treasure. And in response, people tell us how great we are. After Avon was several combat levels higher, we returned to Delrith to try again. And this time, with higher levels and better gear, Avon was much more successful. Though at this point, I was beginning to worry that this wasn't going to be the speedrun I had hoped for, considering how much time we had spent grinding. After the demon was defeated, we had finally earned enough quest points to return to Falador and begin more quests. We returned to Willow to do Below Ice Mountain. It was a lot of running around, but after gathering each of the thieves and training a little more, we were all confident Avon could handle the golem at the end of the quest. I even bought him a warhammer, since the golem was weakest against crush damage. The golem was a similar level to Delrith, so if Avon could handle him, surely he could handle this golem, right?
Attack him, if not, we'll look at the mining option.
Yeah.
Attack. Please attack. No, it's resetting. It didn't the first time. I'm gonna die, I'm dead.
You died?
Yep.
It was our first taste of defeat. It was at this point that all hopes of this being a speed run were shattered. Nonetheless, we had already come so far. There was no reason to stop. After picking up Avon's stuff and regaining our composure, we tried again, this time using the mining method on the golem.
He's attacking us, but hopefully I can... It took 5. How do you... You have to keep clicking to mine.
No, just click it once and your character should just keep mining it.
No. Eat.
Can you do it?
I think I've done it. I'll have to know in a second. Oh, he's getting his health by mining it, I think. Yeah. I think I've done it. I could have shot that. What was that easy? Yep, that got him. He literally just one click, which is annoying.
Well, it's done.
Yeah, it's done. That was I should have...
Oh my god. Yeah, I've never done it that way, so I had no idea how fast that would be. After that insultingly easy boss battle, and making a quick trip to Black Knight's fortress to finish that quest up, we turned our attention to the Draenor Manor quests. Ernest the Chicken was completed in a matter of minutes, since there were no bosses to fight. The only real concern here was Count Draenor. After a few attempts to kill him with melee, I did some research and learned that he was weakest against magic. After loaning Avon some runes and a quick change of wardrobe, the battle was on. 6 damage, look at that. Keep using it.
It takes a couple of seconds to click on it. 7.
7 damage, look at that. He is weak against magic, holy hell.
Y'all needing food? Might do.
And I think from here, it's the time to... Let's see, from here, I think you only have 2 quests. Right, we have to go to Falador and dig up the... in the park. How have we not done that yet? I guess we just forgot about that. After a surprisingly easy victory over Count Draenor and a quick trip to Falador to finish Pirate's Treasure, we made our way over to Corsair Cove to complete that quest. This and Dragon Slayer were the only 2 left. As tired as we were determined to see this journey through to the end. And with a little help from Matic, who had just finished the quest earlier that day, we were able to reach the boss for the quest. And though Avon hadn't fought any opponent who uses magic before, after a few tries, through sheer will and determination, he once again emerged victorious. And there we were, 1 quest away from the goal we set out to achieve. The only thing standing between us and the finish line was Dragon Slayer. I wish I could tell you this is when we gritted our teeth, planted our feet, and charged our way through to the finish line. But I can't. We were exhausted, and had played much longer than any of us had anticipated. As great as it would have been to say we did the entire free quest list in 1 sitting, it was just too much. We needed rest, and both Avon and Matic needed time to hone their skills. Even Matic wasn't a high enough combat level to face Elvarg, let alone Avon. No, today was not the day. The time just wasn't right. So, I gifted each of them a set of rune armor for a job well done and a battle well fought. And we planned then and there that while today may not be the day, someday soon, Elvarg would die by their hands.
So that would be the end when we get to that point.
Yep, and from this point, we have been going for 7 hours, 59 minutes, and 33 seconds. With all that said, we just passed the 8-hour mark, so I'm going to call it here, and I'm going to go collapse on my bed. Thank you, Matic. Thank you, Avon. This was great. And thank you, everybody watching. I will see y'all next time. Until then, I am Caesar Madrazo, and I am out. And that's the end of today's story. I hope you found it entertaining. Those of you who were entertained may be asking, well, did Avon and Matic ever finish Dragon Slayer? How much stronger did they get before the fight? Do either of them plan on becoming Runescape members? Well, my dear friends, that is a story for another day.